What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to a new War Robots gameplay video right here with a new heavy version of the Gecko, the Flux ×3 on a Fury Mk2 Level 12 maxed out. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is the new most annoying thing in the world of War Robots. That's really true, guys. You already know how annoying a Gecko can be, right? Now amplify this by 3 and you know what the Flux is capable of doing to you guys, okay? But before we go into the discussion about the Flux, I want to talk to you guys about something real quick that is on my mind. You probably know that I'm working towards the 100k subs on YouTube, and when I was going through the analytics, then I realized that only 33% of you guys out there watching are actually subscribed to the channel. And when I saw this, I was like, what? How is that even possible? Guys, I would so appreciate it if you guys could also subscribe to my channel here and hit that notification bell for upcoming videos and be notified about them. You know, I'm doing live streams, news logs, and almost daily gameplay videos, so it would really mean the world to me. And I would like to make a deal with you right here, right now, okay? And although I know I cannot physically shake your hand on the bet, I'm just going to pretend that we have just done that with the deal. And the deal is going to be, if you like this video today, okay, this very video right here, you're gonna hit the button, okay? Deal? Alright, let's put this aside for a second, and, yeah, oh, by the way, of course, if we hit 100k subs, I'm also gonna make a really special video, that will probably take me a week to do or something. So, something's coming back from this, too. But, yeah, let's talk about the Flux, ladies and gents, okay? We have a weapon that is, you know, a direct contender with the Trebuchet. You can really well compare it with the Trebuchet, because that's what you have previously been using to snipe very often, and now you have the Gecko, the same, the Flux, sorry, with the same range, okay? Now, the difference is, when a Trebuchet hits you, there's 3 things happening all the time, okay? A, you take a whole bunch of damage at once. B, you hate the guy who did it to you for the rest of the round. And C, you know you're safe for the next 20 seconds or so without taking any damage, right? Or 15 seconds, 10 seconds, I don't know. So, yeah, those are the 3 things that happen when you get hit by Trebuchet, or when, you know, somebody else gets hit by Trebuchet, whatever. That's different with a Flux, because the Trebuchet's reload system is so that when you fire, you will regenerate damage, very ineffective, and only at the end of the Trebuchet being fully recharged, then your damage output is as effective as it can be. But the Flux is different. It regenerates damage continuously at the same rate. Continuously at this, even if you're, it doesn't matter if you're firing with a high reloading cap, you're almost full with the weapon, and you just keep at your cap with a reload and use the reload system to deal damage, or if you are completely empty fired and you use the same reload system, it doesn't make a difference. You're gonna deal the same damage, right? Because you regenerate damage at the same rate no matter what the whole time. The Trebuchet is different. You need to be fully regenerated and reloaded to have the maximum efficiency with the Trebuchet. Now, the next biggest difference in terms of damage per minute, and the reason why the Flux is more damaging than the Trebuchet, is that you give your enemy a warning, okay? When you hit somebody with a Flux, or the Gecko as well, you warn your enemy about incoming damage. That's the big difference. Your enemy has a chance to notice, oh, I'm being fired at, I get back into cover, okay? And this very feature that he has a chance to avoid damage is what makes the Trebuchet and also the Arbalest weaker than Gecko and Flux, because you can get into cover with the Flux, right? And so as a direct result of this, you will of course deal more damage if you really manage to get someone pinned. He's pinned by your team or something, and that's why you can continuously deal damage in his back, or you have him pinned in the open space. There's no cover for him to go behind. In these situations, you're going to deal a ton of damage with the Flux, and more so than the Trebuchet does. And rightfully so. I actually think that's well balanced. They have really sat down and created a well-working and well-balanced system right here with this, considering you can actually block or avoid damage by the Flux by going into cover. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is that the fact this weapon is located higher up. You can see a Trident Fury right next to me, okay? The Trident Fury's weapons are actually further down than the Flux. That means I can fire over the Trident Fury. The Fury is such a large building of a bot, right? And you can fire over a Trident Fury with the Flux without blocking your damage, because the weapon is even higher. that will allow you to fire over certain buildings or obstacles without hitting your, without showing your bot. You don't have to expose yourself to the enemy firepower. You can't take any damage other than Noricum or Zenith or something. But you won't be taking any damage. And the spot where the Trident Fury is sitting right now to the left is very, very popular because that's what you can do with it. And if this building would be slightly higher, the Trident Fury could no longer fire above it. This weapon here could, right? Because it's even higher located. And this Rogatka, or whatever it was right there, oh, it was an Inquisitor. Man, wait a minute, it couldn't be an Inquisitor because he had no stealth jump. I'm not even sure what it was, but it was destroyed so quickly. And here's something else I want to show you. Also an advantage of the Flux. You can see there's an Inquisitor jumping right here, right? You see him, he's coming. Now, I have this guy targeted, Nazikawa, in my target, and he is at the same level of height as the Inquisitor is, the same level, okay? And that's why I can simply have this guy targeted and fire at the Inquisitor with full damage output. You can see the hit indicator dealing the full damage to this Inquisitor simply because we have a way to... It's basically giving you a crosshair. Because of the continuous beam, you know exactly where you fire at. So the weapon is very good at hitting guys in stealth ability when you manage to get someone targeted who's at the same level. Another really, really cool advantage of this weapon, you can correct your aim due to the sustained beam. With a Trebuchet, you only can hit the button once and then you have fired, right? There's no adjusting if you haven't aimed properly before. And something that this weapon is really, let's give you a little information about how powerful the weapon is actually is. You can, if an Haichi attacks you, and I had situations with this, you can actually fight back. Okay, you can brawl it out with this weapon. You're probably missing a few shots because the Haichi will dash. You will probably, you will most likely lose the battle too because the Haichi's firepower is so much higher. But you can actually brawl back at him. See how quickly we just killed that 50% Haichi, or how much is, yeah, around 50%. And we are the only one firing into through his shield right now. Look, and that's a half Haichi going down right now. Now, the Haichi would have not killed you much faster than this. So, you can actually brawl back at a Haichi, but you will probably still lose. But it's really possible to make your own, fight back and not be a complete easy kill, a free kill for an attacker when he goes to you. Now, let's see how much damage we have been able to do. It was 1,214,000 damage, and considering that this was a sniping weapon, and considering the best next teammate is 700,000 on a round that only went for 6.5 minutes or so, that's actually pretty good, right? You know me, I'm not really a sniping player. Sniping isn't what I appreciate or enjoy playing so much. I'm the brawler. This is what I like to play, or even a golem with thunder, gust, and storm. That's my kind of stuff that I love to play. But of course, in the name of this video, I had to kind of be a sniper here, and I must say it's fun to play with the Flux, because here's another difference to Trebuchet. You're much more in the action. You can help out here. You can pin this guy. You can suppress this dude to not come out. You're so active with this weapon. You're continuously doing something with it, right? Unlike the Trebuchet, you sit in a corner. You hit the button once, and then you can go and, I don't know, get yourself a coffee for the next 30 seconds because there's nothing going to happen, right? You don't have a chance to do any damage. And this weapon, the Flux, will continuously deal damage, and it will keep you active in the game, thinking where you can help out best and what target is most susceptible to your beams and stuff like this, and you will be dealing damage the whole time. And it's more, what I'm getting at is it's much more fun to play the Flux than it is to play the Trebuchet, in my opinion, okay? So, yeah. By the way, right now, you know the 3.8 update is here, and I didn't just want to give you a full sniping video. I also want to give you a little mix of some free-for-all action with the new 3.8 update that we have going right now, and I'm going to show you here a Spectre with Tarans and the ECU shield, or Echo shield, however you say it, and also later the Orkan version of the same thing, and some other things. And the reason is, I'm gonna also make videos about this. There's gonna be a video coming where I compare the Orkan ECU Spectre with the Taran ECU Spectre, because believe it or not, having this shield is such an absolute advantage in so many situations. You're gonna see one of these situations right here. But yeah, we also have a little bit more gameplay coming up with a Flux in a few seconds, somewhere in this video. But see, for example, there's an Ancelot coming. My stealth ability is used. Normally for me, there's nothing I can do right here. I would not be able to fight back at him. The only thing I can do is just wait around the corner for my stealth to come back. Now, I know that Tarans have 8 salvos. After firing 8 times, it will have a 5-second reload, so I counted his fire. It was 8 salvos, so I knew he wasn't going to fire. I turned around, fired at him, and when I knew he was going to fire now, I activated my stealth ability, blocked the damage with a shield again, and take him out. I have maybe taken 15,000 damage from this, because some damage goes through the shield sometimes. But yeah, I would not have been able to hit this guy and take him out so easily if I didn't have that shield. And that's why I think having having 3 weapons and a shield is more worth it than having 4 weapons. Except for maybe with the Orkans. Sometimes having 4 Orkans really makes a difference, but that's a different story for a different video. We're down to 25,000 health. The guy we just attacked was place 2, right? This Ancelot we just saw was place 2. He wanted to take me out because I'm place 1 right now. You can see it here with a crown. It says 1. And that means everyone on this free-for-all game mode sees that I'm currently leading this match. So they want to take me out first because that will give them a chance to take over my first spot. And if they manage to get it and such. Yeah, so really intense battles you have in free fall, especially when you're first. Now here you can see a situation I want to describe for you guys. You have an Inquisitor. We both jumped up. I jumped first. That means my stealth ability will run out first. He will be able to shoot me with his Storm Thunder before I am able to shoot him, because he will still be in stealth, and the Inquisitor has a longer stealth duration anyways. So what I'm trying to do here, I only have 2 seconds left on the stealth right now. My only chance to survive this, he will have 4 seconds of stealth. The only chance I have to survive this is make use of the fact that you cannot target someone who's right below you or right above you. You cannot target these guys. So I'm now going to stall some time, doing the only thing I have that can protect me, standing under him, making him stand above me, and this way he was not able to target me even though my stealth ability was ran out, and I was able to win this one encounter. Now I'm down to no shield, only 2 weapons, and dead. Okay, but you know, I was still able to get out of this with at least this one victory still, and I couldn't have done it without, you know, going underneath him. That was really the key to victory in this situation. Every time when you run Orkans, when you have fully regenerated Orkans, make sure your Orkans are starting to regenerate, right? Make sure to fire at the guy. There's an Haichi, you see his shield popping out to the side, even if you don't see the shield, it's still there. Make sure that you keep your Orkans reloading, and this way use your shield, right? Deplete his shield. This way you will basically have done damage to him already that you will need later when you attack him without sacrificing anything, because your Orkans are on reloading cycle, right? Reloading cap. Don't waste potential damage by not having your Orkans reloading. That's what I'm trying to say. In this case, I had to go for the other guy first, so he has his shield regenerated, but usually I would go for the Haichi after I take out his shield. I'm going to attack him right now, but the shock train. Phew! Did you see that? Weezam with his shock train waited just for the right moment here to steal the kill, because that's what's happening on free for all too. You're going to steal everybody's kills, and right now I'm walking towards him with my ECU shield. Normally I would be an easy kill for him with this much damage output he has. I would lose my legs, I would lose my weapons, but I have this shield and I was just turning him sideways really quickly and faking that I would look at him, and so he already fired immediately, and this way he has no chance at all. His weapon has a 3 seconds lock on, which he's going to try to do right now, but he won't be able to do it in time. Triple kill! That's right. I think that was already the second or second triple kill or so. Haichi is coming, Well, once again, if you walk back out of their range, they have 300 meters range, you too, but the shield extends beyond 300 meters. So you can already, if he's following you with an Haichi, and you are running away from him with a Spectre, you're really fast, and his shield is, you can fire at 340 meters range, and he can only fire at 300 or 290 because you're running away from him, right? So make sure to use that to your advantage and drain the shield of the Haichi before he even can fire back at you. That's just a tiny little few tips I can give you during your War Robots gameplay and career to maximize the potential of each and every single one of your robots that you're playing. Now, I'm end up in a situation where no matter what I do right now, I'm checkmate. There's nothing I can do anymore. So I'm just gonna wait for my takedown here and jump into the Flux with into the Fury with 3 times Flux maxed out, right? Now I could fire at that Haichi right there, but I thought if I fire and use, then I will draw his attention. I don't want this guy and the other guy firing at me because I'm pinched between these two guys, and what I really don't want to have is this guy attacking me from the left and this guy from the right with brawling weapons. So what I do instead, I just try to ignore the Haichi and not give away my location or my position, and instead I'm just gonna try to get some distance and brawl it out with the Komiho. And I think that's a really good example right here. You can see, even though this Komiho is dashing all the time, I'm still able to kill him. Look how much damage he has done to me and how much damage I'm doing to him. And it turns out that at the end, he only gets me down to, I don't know, 45, maybe 50%. While I got this full Komiho out of the way, right? And of course you can say this is a maxed out build, but many of my enemies here in the Champions League are running maxed out builds as well. So most of them are running Mark II stuff by now, and it's not really that much of a difference there anymore in this case. What makes the difference here is having 3 heavy flux weapons versus 2 medium weapons on the brawling Komiho. And you can actually brawl back and you kill him. Probably not at once if you don't have a chance to kill him in multiple hits. Like he comes at you, you spot him, you fire at him, and he's not in range yet, and then he will probably kill you. But if you have a chance to make use of your range and hit him early on when he's not there yet, then you will probably end up being successful and kill him. I was trying to go for him, but he was too careful right there. We have only 46 seconds left on the clock. 44, 42, and there's an Haichi with going down. Thankfully, the Ember bypasses the shield, so that's good. Now I'm regenerating my Ember. Whenever you know you have an encounter where you need all your firepower, make sure you reload your Ember. And I've just done it just in time for this Bulgazari to come around the corner. My stealth ability isn't ready, so I had to brawl it out with him, which is difficult. A full 3 times Orkan Bulgazari is very hard to take down. It's a very brawly bot. But I was able to, get the kill because I have Orkans, which are deadly to him, and I have the Ember, which is also deadly to him. And I was fully reloaded, and thankfully that was enough. Now I'm saying no to him because there's only 2 seconds left on the clock, and I'm not going to give him that kill anymore. First place, excellent. 11 bots destroyed, and the other guy was, let's see, yeah, okay, he was at 7. Even if he had gotten the kill, he would have not won this match. Now that's it. That's the rest of this game. This video right here, the Flux, the new weapon in 3.8 update, something that's really fun to play, if you ask me. It's worth going for. I would probably say, if you would ask me, should I go for Flux or Trebuchet right now, and you have none of those right now, then I would probably say go for Flux. It's the better choice, and it's more fun to play, and in the end, that's what matters more to me. I don't want to stand around just hit the button every 25 seconds. I want to be active. I want to play the game actively, and the Flux allows you to do that. So yeah, guys, the bet is still on. I hope you did enjoy the video, and if so, then please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have that. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit some... I can actually save this one. I already said this, but it's the outro. So have a good one, guys. See you around next time, and bye-bye.